Listen guys, sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. Today I'm gonna cover 10 real life couples who played on-screen siblings. Welcome back to The Success. Let's get into the video. Number 10, Ian Somerhalder and Maggie Grace. We know now that Ian is happily married to Nikki Reed. However, back when he was in the dating scene, he dated Maggie Grace for a bit. The two were adorable together and they had a lot of chemistry, which made sense because they were both on the hit show Lost together. They didn't play each other's love interests on the show though, instead they were step-siblings. Boone Carlisle and Shannon Rutherford. Although they're not siblings in real life and really started getting serious once the show stopped filming, it still seems a little strange for us for sure. Number 9, Matthew Broderick and Jennifer Grey. Matthew Broderick and Jennifer Grey might have played siblings on screen, but they definitely didn't act like siblings when they weren't filming. The two were in Ferris Bueller's Day Off together where they played siblings that had a huge rivalry. Outside of filming, the two got very close and were in a pretty serious relationship. Their relationship made an impact on their filming as the two had a hard time remaining in character. Number 8, Katherine Heigl and Jason Behr. Katherine Heigl and Jason Behr started dating back in 1999 and they were happy with one another for quite some time. The only strange thing about their relationship was the fact that they played siblings on the show Roswell. After appearing together on the show and dating in real life, it was rumored for quite some time that the couple was engaged. Whether they actually were or not, we aren't really sure. However, they eventually called it quits in 2001 anyway, ending their relationship for good. Number 7, Chris Pratt and Emily Van Camp. It really is hard to remember the roles that Chris Pratt had at the beginning of his career now that he starred in blockbuster hits like Jurassic Park and Guardians of the Galaxy. As a result, in the early 2000s, Chris starred in WB's Everwood alongside Emily Van Camp. In the show Everwood, Chris and Emily played brother and sister even though they were real-life boyfriend and girlfriend. The two dated until 2007 when they ultimately called it quits and both moved on. Number 6, Emily Van Camp and Dave Annabelle. We know by now that Emily Van Camp is no stranger to dating her co-star, especially when it comes to someone who plays her sibling. When Emily was on the show Brothers and Sisters, she dated her on-screen sibling Dave Annabelle. On the show, the two played half-siblings Justin and Rebecca. The executive producer of the show, Greg Berlanti, also created Everwood, the same show Emily was on with Chris Pratt in which they played siblings and also dated outside the show. Number 5, Amy Poehler and Will Arnett. Back in the early 2000s, Will Arnett and Amy Poehler were together for quite some time. Over the years, Amy and Will were in quite a few movies and shows together. There were a few times in which they played a married couple or even each other's love interests. However, there wasn't even a time where they played siblings. In the movie Blades of Glory, Amy and Will played a brother and sister ice skating duo who were the villains of the movie, all while they were together. Number 4, Peter Krause and Lauren Graham. Peter Krause and Lauren Graham have acted alongside one on multiple occasions, and over the years, friendship and eventually a relationship and marriage bloomed. They were both in the same show Caroline and the City in the 90s. In 2010, they would work together again. This time they played siblings on the show Parenthood. Therefore, they were in a relationship while they were playing siblings. Number 3, Selena Gomez and David Henry. Selena Gomez and David Henry used to play brother and sister on the Disney Channel show Wizards of Waverly Place. There were plenty of rumors swirling around that the two were together despite playing siblings on the show. Nothing went too far between the two as they only went on a few dates together. Despite the fact they went on a few dates, they still remained close after the show ended. David is now married with 2 children while Selena is focusing more on her career. Number 2, Shannon Doherty and Jason Priestley. Back in the day, the original version of Beverly Hills 90210 was one of the most popular shows on television. There was a lot of dating and hooking up within the cast. However, one of the most talked about ones was between Shannon Doherty and Jason Priestley. Their relationship seemed a little bit weird as the two played siblings on the show. We know by now that there have been plenty of celebrity couples who have dated and also played siblings. However, this one seems a bit stranger than others because Shannon and Jason actually played twins on the show. Number 1, Maureen McCormick and Barry Williams. The Brady Bunch is one of the most iconic TV shows of all time as it followed a blended family of 3 brothers and 3 sisters as they became step-siblings when their parents got married. 2 of those siblings, Greg, played by Barry Williams, and Marcia, played by Maureen McCormick, actually dated in real life. Producers were concerned about their relationship as they were supposed to be siblings in the show, and they didn't want their relationship outside of the show to change their dynamic in front of the camera. This brings us to the end of our video. I hope you enjoyed it. Hit like if you did, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel so you don't miss out on any of our videos in the future. Also watch the 2 videos that are on your screen because I'm sure you'll love them. With that, I'll see you in the next video.